Well, looks like today's pretty busy.
Hey, Steve, your next appointment's here.
Thanks, Sugar Tits. Guys, come on in. Have a seat. Get comfortable, please.
Watch your step. Watch your step.
Look. Your manager had you come in because you've been getting some comments on YouTube. People have been claiming you two ooze masculinity.
What the fuck's this guy talking about?
Personally, I don't see it. But I think it'd be real helpful if you two got in touch with your feminine side. Try these on.
Well, here goes nothing. What the actual fuck?
Bitch!
Hope you ladies like red wine.
I hope it's dry, Dr. Steven.
Unlike us.
Oh
Cheers!
my goodness.
Go ahead, have another sip. Bottoms up!
I love your glasses.
These? Well, I don't have perfect makeup like you do.
Well, it may look good, but every time I cry, the shit fucking runs.
I love you.
You've always been there for me, even when Ben was nailing me from behind and you was riding his face. You were there. You were there.
Ben? I thought his name was Bruce.
Bruce? Bruce is your stepdad.
Oh my God, Daniela, you're right. We've had the best times together. Here you ladies go. You look a little wet.
You are so right. Good friends are so hard to come by.
Yes, bitch. I love you. Okay, ladies, so, how do we feel?
I'm glad that's fucking done and over with. Boy, that was weird. Jordan, Daniel, is this fucking jack-off session done or what?
Oh, I know I am.
And who the fuck is she?
Well, easy there, buddy. That's my lady you're talking to.
Well, now since you got each other's thumbs out your asses, we can get the fuck back to work. Cause if you wanna make money like me, you gotta be hungry like me. I'll be in the fucking car.
God, that dude is so cool.
How do I get a jacket like that?
No idea, man.
Wanna bring it in?
Don't fucking touch me.
Come on, man. It's just a fucking game.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the greatest show on the internet and the greatest one you've seen so far. But before we get started, just remember, I'm Daniel.
I'm Jordan.
And we're
Daniel and Jordan.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to, like I said, the greatest show on the internet. Jordan, good morning.
Good morning, Daniel.
Yeah,
wow, high energy today.
I'm on fire. You know why? Did you see those ladies we just saw?
Oh, yeah, buddy. Something's on fire in me, baby.
I tell you, after this, I'm going to get their number.
I've got a flare up down there.
You pitching tents already, huh?
Yeah.
And it's daylight out, you know?
Yep.
But seriously, good morning and welcome back to yet another amazing show. I'm ready to learn. I'm excited for today.
I'm ready to learn too.
Well,
Who's teaching?
not this guy. But yeah, so tell me a little bit what you've been up to this past week.
Well, today is Kaney's birthday. Happy birthday, Kaney.
Happy birthday to you. All right, that's enough because we don't want to get copyright.
Yeah.
It's
Kaney's birthday,
awesome.
So since I have no money, I haven't bought her anything, and I know that's a no-no. So I have offered my body up for today. So after this, I have to go home, and what she has asked of me is to clean the house, and she is going to stand over my shoulder and direct me.
You were serious about that?
Oh, that is really what I'm giving her for her birthday.
Dang, she's intense.
She asked me last night, she's like, do you know that you're supposed to go into the corners of the room when you vacuum?
You haven't learned that yet at work? You vacuum every day.
That's what I said. I have the most experience in the house. I'm like, well, you do it so much, you got to get shortcuts, right?
Oh my God.
So yeah, I'm going to go home and she's going to stand over me while I I guess she's just gonna want me to wear an apron, naked, and
So how old is
be
she
a piece
now?
of meat. She is 29 years old. She's 30 basically.
So she is 29, going to be 30?
Yeah, well, when I turned 29, my first thought was I'm 30 basically, right?
Yeah.
You're 30. And so your whole 29, you just accept like the horrific part that you're 30, and then when you turn 30, it's like
It's not that bad.
it's not that bad.
Yeah, that's
because
true.
all the horror happens in your last year of your 20s to make everything happen.
Yeah.
So she's gonna have a crazy year probably.
The sad thing is I feel like she's grown up a lot faster than we did.
Oh yeah. Oh Jesus. White privilege, 100%.
She's got her life together. She knows her career. She's got a good looking man. We don't.
That's true. Well, I do.
Yeah, you do. You do.
So yeah, Kaney's birthday. We're gonna do that, and then I started a new video game this week.
Oh, nice.
So it's not a new game though. It's called Final Fantasy VII, as you can tell by the T-shirt here.
Great.
Now this is an old game, but they made a remake, so I started playing the remake, and we won't go too deep into this. I know that the fantasy word is just not really for you, right?
Yeah, definitely not.
Yeah, so I won't go too deep into
I
detail,
have
but-
some fantasies, but I don't think any would be my final fantasy, you know? There's always something after that.
Yeah. Maybe with a belt around your neck while you cranking down.
Yeah. So explain. So I've never played Final Fantasy. I've heard about it. I know, I talked to Ryan Miller about it, how he's got like some classics.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I mean,
probably worth hefty money.
yeah. Just give me a brief rundown, because honestly, 5 minutes of it, I'm probably going to be ready to blow up.
There's your Cloud Strife, all right, and he's a stud, stoic, emotionless. He used to be part of Soldier, which is basically like being part of Navy SEALs of now,
nice.
right?
Sweet.
So, and he's this stud, and he's got
he's packing.
chicks hanging all over him, dude. So it's a great game,
Yeah.
and a great fantasy, and and basically there's like this big corporation Shinra who's sucking out the Mako out of the earth, which is like the life force of the earth. So it's kind of probably a play off of how we industrialize the world and have basically killed Mother Nature. So it's playing off of that, and like at the start of it, you're like rebelling against them and trying to destroy the city, basically. And
It's kind of like how Avatar is, the movie.
yeah, a little bit
Avatar.
like that. Yeah,
They were like going for that rock or something, and they had a war.
I think, yeah. That's all I know too. I don't
They're
know.
blue.
The pictures are beautiful though.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling. Yeah, that's probably my favorite part. Now, who was that dude who did Avatar? Is that the same dude who did
Oh God, James
Michael
Cameron?
Bay?
Is that his
Is
name?
it Michael Bay?
No, Michael Bay did like Transformers, and he's like in the Ninja Turtles.
Maybe it is James Cameron. It's the dude who did
James Cameron.
Titanik, right?
I think,
Or is that
so.
Michael Bay?
People are like losing their minds out here.
Well, you know
they
what?
all know the answer.
Last episode, we were talking about the Nickelodeon scandal.
Yeah.
Every show that I named off was Disney.
And I watched it back, and I thought the same. Like, why would I not interject? Thinking
I'm like
all these
Zach
other
and
Nickelodeon-
Cody. That's so Raven. Lizzie McGuire. Bree calls me and she's like, Daniel, do you know every single one of those shows are Disney?
Yeah, we know. We're just baiting you all. We know.
I made you listen, didn't I?
Yeah, we're pretty dumb. We're pretty dumb.
But yeah, cool. I mean, it sounds fun.
You really, that was really convincing. But yeah, that was
The only thing that sounds fun about it is he's a stud and there's lots of women around him.
That's it. Yeah, it was good enough for me. That was a selling point for me.
But
How
cool.
was your week?
My week was good. I mean, nothing that stands out. I did start streaming again on
Awesome.
PlayStation, so it was fun to just play some Fortnite, and kill
Yeah.
people and.
So you
take
play
out some
straight
aggression.
Fortnite, right?
Yeah, I haven't really ventured out, and it's honestly because I just don't have time. I guess if I had a little bit more time, I would definitely venture out and playing something new or trying something out. But
What kind of game do you think you would want to do? Like a single player adventure, or would you want to play like competitive against other people?
yeah, probably not. Like if I had to pick, probably not a sports game. It would have to be like, I don't know, shooter, blowing up people, or like something to take all
Blowing
this
up
aggression
people.
out. Dropping bombs on
Yeah.
places. I would like strategic though, with shooter, I feel like.
Yeah. I've got some games for you, buddy. Don't worry about that. Because the problem is you can't play like the fast-paced games because the kids have all the reaction time.
Yeah.
So as old people, we got to have a game where we're like sneaking around corners.
Yeah,
and
I'm all about sneaking and then firing off one. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes you have to sneak it in and fire off one.
But yeah, so I started streaming a little bit. Oh, I did shave my cat's ass yesterday.
How did that go? What?
It was a little strange, but he enjoyed it, to be honest with you. I mean, he enjoyed it way more than I did.
You shaved it?
Yeah, so a little backstory. He went to poop one day, like normal cats do, and humans and everyone else on this planet. We all take shits, you know. And, well, he comes out of his litter box, and he sits on my clothes, my underwear, that I just took off, and I'm in the shower, you know, but...
Wait, he's cuddled up in your underwear?
Yeah, he's weird. So I shower at night, and I don't know if all men are like this. I'm all about being vulnerable. I don't really care at this point what people think, you know? So what I do is I shower at night, and I put a brand new pair of underwear on, right?
For the night?
For the night. Then when I wake up, I shower, take my underwear off, but I put those same underwear on for that
the night
day.
Before.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I shower and I just go to bed.
You didn't shit yourself in the night, right?
I hope not. Not yet, anyway. Mate, give me 30 years. Yeah. But so I take my underwear off, and it's in the morning, and I'm in the shower. I start to smell shit. Zeus has shit. I'm like, oh, great. And now he's laying on my clothes. I'm like, you motherfucker, like, I can't take a shit without you here.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, he was in my pants the other day. I sent you a picture. He was like down in my pants. Well, he gets up, and there's a shit stain on my underwear. And I'm like, I know that's not mine.
Wait, he put his shit stain?
Yes.
Daniel, come clean.
I told Whitney, I said,
Daniel.
I said, honey, when you do laundry later, you're going to see a shit stain on my underwear. I swear it's not mine.
Daniel.
And so
that seems really rare that would happen, and more likely that the underwear that's been touching your bottom.
It was in the front. I don't shit out my wee-wee.
Okay, is it in the front?
Maybe.
You could have put your underwear on backwards.
That's true. It was dark.
on par for you.
So he gets up, and I'm like, ew. Well, not only did it happen then, and then it's like on the floor. Like he'll go sit in a corner, and then when he gets up, it's on the floor. I'm like, where's this shit coming from? Like, so he's a Maine Coon, so he's got tons of hair back there. And I guess it was like gathering up like in a basket of fur.
But he's supposed to clean it.
Yeah, and that's probably why his breath smells terrible. And I like his smell of his breath. That's the weird part, okay? Does anybody else like the way cat's breath smell? Do you like...
Not the cat. Mort's breath is horrific. It's because he cleans his asshole. But a dog's, I love a dog's breath.
Like, especially a puppy's breath. Do you like puppy
Any
breath?
dogs.
Any dog.
Well, maybe not a big dog, but my dogs, I let them lick my mouth every morning.
Yeah, I like the way your dog's breath smells.
Yeah. Yeah. Every single morning, the terrier climbs onto my body, and then she just licks my mouth profusely.
Well, Zeus, so we had to shave his butt because I was like, I'm tired of getting shit everywhere. And Whitney's like, we got to shave his butt. So she holds him, in her lap. His back is here and his belly's up and his legs are just like, enjoying every second of it. And, of course, I had to use my facial trimmer because I don't have a cat trimmer.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I would have done too. So I don't really blame you.
Maybe I might use a little alcohol to clean it off. I mean, but you know what's crazy and what sucks is that was probably the highlight of my week. Shaving my cat's ass.
That's pretty good.
Leighton's sick again. We can't catch a break from that.
So you have to give me a second after you zip my pants up. I've left my zipper down for the show. We are really brainless, huh?
Next time, we got to remember to put it back up.
Yeah. You suppose that was your job.
Sorry. Little pre-show warm-up.
Yeah, consider me fluffed.
But, can't catch a break from Leighton. She's sick again.
Man.
I feel like I'm starting to get a little sick now, and it's like, dang, we just can't catch a break. So,
you get allergies?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't take any kind of like allergy pills. Now, I'll go through like a seasonal allergy.
Yeah.
Like I'll get sick. I used to get sick, I feel like once or twice a year, but now I feel like it's 4 times a year.
That's probably kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Allergies I've already been sneezing the past couple of weeks. This is earlier than normal. I don't know why, if it's just been warm lately.
Yeah. Well, a lot of the trees are starting to bloom now. I mean,
Yeah,
you drive
that's
down
true.
Scottsville Road, all those trees are like
There's
white.
dogwoods?
Yes. Yeah.
See, I knew it. I knew something.
They'll be white for like, it's crazy how quick they turn green.
Yeah.
But yeah, dogwood trees are beautiful when they bloom and sound so
Man,
homo right
They
now.
just sound absolutely beautiful.
But before we even go into my favorite part of this show and yours as well, your hair. How's it been?
Well, I got a haircut yesterday, so I got rid of a little length, which means I couldn't get as much fluff. I don't really get how you doing the whole, like, I get it, but I don't. Like, there's a technique to this that I kind of feel like it's going to take me a year to get down, a proper fluffing technique to my hair.
What we'll do is maybe after the show or one day this week, we'll do it. I'll show you.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe we can film that and put it on,
Yeah. Make a short out of it.
short out of it.
But yeah, I mean, your hair looks good.
Thank you. I feel like you're just being nice, though. I don't feel like
I'm always nice.
It looks the same as it always does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
But so I'm letting my hair grow out. That's why I'm doing a lot of hats here, just to hide it, because I don't want it to piss me off. Because I am not one to have long hair. Everybody,
the mediums,
you know,
you're gonna struggle at that medium.
Going through that like
stage.
mid stage sucks.
Oh yeah.
So this time, like, I'm letting it grow out up top, and then my next cut, we're gonna cut down some of the back. So we didn't touch nothing up here.
Oh, you're just
as
getting the
you can
front to
tell.
be long.
So I want to eventually, guys, what I want to do is do the Brad Pitt thing.
Oh yeah. Who doesn't want to do that?
You know, especially after I heard Whitney say Brad Pitt's her like man crush. I'm coming for you, boy.
I'm not. My hair's too thin already.
I want to like sit on the bed or in the corner of the living room and stare at her, and
Yeah, you need a cigarette hanging out your mouth, not lit. Just
like in that movie where he's in the war dogs
oh
or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Something.
You get a jacket like in it just left my mind. What's my favorite movie of all time?
With Brad Pitt?
Yeah, Edward Norton. It's got the cool twist at the end.
I don't know that.
You know it.
No, that's not Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt's
Where
in
he's
this
on
movie.
the island?
Oh no! You're thinking of
Leonardo.
You're thinking of Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah. Maybe that's who hair.
God, that got me
Maybe
off
that's the
track.
hair I want. It's Leonardo. I'm coming for you. Brad Pitt, I'm coming for you too, boy.
Oh my God, it's gonna. I forgot my favorite movie.
Yeah.
How dumb is that?
That is pretty stupid.
Freaky Friday comes to mind, but that's definitely not it.
We were talking about Freaky Friday last night.
Really?
Yeah, with Tony. He said it's actually pretty good.
That's the movie, like
The
the Lindsay
new one.
Lohan. Oh, the new one.
Yeah, the new one's good. Well, he said Freaky Friday. I'm pretty sure that was Tony. He said Freaky Friday is like his favorite movie of all time, which was weird. But I was like, dude, I love Freaky Friday. No, Mean Girls. Mean Girls.
Oh,
The
okay.
Mean Girls movie.
Okay. Yeah,
Which
that's
Mean
a
Girls
classic
is
to chicks,
a classic.
for sure.
But Tony enjoyed Mean Girls, and he's seen the newest one, and he said it's actually pretty good.
Well, this is all over the place, movie wise, huh?
Yeah. Well,
When's the last time you watched a movie all the way through?
me, never. I mean, it's been a long time. It's been a long time. It usually takes a couple days, just because I'll either fall asleep or get bored or have something to do. And it sucks because like that used to be the cool thing to do
When you're young.
Like, yeah, or even like with your family, you know. And it's it's just weird. I keep.
What's your
doing
favorite
that.
movie of all time if you had to say? You have to say one. Just one movie.
It would have to involve some kind of blowing up or shooting people. I know it probably sounded a little strange on this episode, but
I don't care what the movie's about.
as long as there's an
gotta
explosion.
be some death.
yeah. Tora was pretty good.
I haven't seen it.
It's the Japanese in Pearl Harbor.
Documentary.
But no, I don't know. I don't have like one. I can't, like, if someone was to ask me what's your favorite movie of all time, I wouldn't be able to tell you. I have a lot of like actors I really like.
Who? Name one.
Brad Pitt.
Yeah, me too.
Leonardo DiCaprio is a heck of an actor. And what sucks is On the Revenant was his first like award he's ever won.
Yeah. That was a
And
big thing.
I'm thinking like The Revenant was great, but there's so many. Titanic. He didn't
Yeah.
win an award on Titanic.
Yeah, you would think.
it's still around. Like
Wolf
they're
of
remaking
Wall Street,
it.
dude.
Yeah, Wolf of Wall
He's a
Street
beast
didn't
in
win
that
a
movie.
Shutter Island didn't win an
Yeah.
award. Are you crazy?
Yeah.
Like there's so many good movies. I feel like he's an underrated actor. In his,
Yeah, but just by awards, everyone else gives him his props.
think
Everyone
so,
else
yeah.
thinks he's, you know.
what's the
he
one
think
where
Gilbert
he's
Grape?
like oh yeah, which is that? Is it that where
That's
he's a little
Arnie.
special?
Yes.
Yeah, that one's pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't have a favorite movie.
Yeah, that's kind of sad.
Yeah. Well, now you know what time it is. I know what time it is. It's the favorite time of the episode, or my favorite time of the episode, as you could say. Today, I give you my best friend. He's got the greatest looks. I mean, he's got eyesight of Cyclops with his 4 eyes instead of 1. Mr. Jordan Hunter.
Hey, put your dick up. All right, this word of the week this week is emotional.
Oh, nice. This is going to suck for me. I'm an emotional man.
Oh, you are?
Extremely emotional.
I am too
Especially
as well,
now,
buddy.
like in the past 2 months.
2 months emotional,
I don't
huh?
know what's going on. Bad.
Like what? You crying or you angry or
No,
what,
no, no.
what are you feeling?
Not
Sad?
not a bad emotional. It's a really good emotional.
Yeah. I agree. Same here. It's like I don't know how do you describe that feeling.
I'm sorry I cut you off at the beginning because you normally kind of go into the spiel of emotional, but I think it's important for me to I've been extremely emotional, and it's almost like a humbling emotional or grateful emotional. It could be just I'm getting old. I'm 33 years old, so like stuff that I didn't really care about, maybe I'm just now caring about it more. And I've just been very emotional the past 2-3 months, honestly.
Yeah, same here.
I don't know.
You know, the other day I sat at the computer editing our stuff.
Did you cry?
And
A little bit?
it was like I was like proud of what we were making at that moment. And I did like a happy cry.
Yeah.
It was like I was finally doing something that I
Yeah.
loved. It was like that feeling of like this maybe is what I've been working towards for 33 years.
Yeah.
Everything I went through in the past 33 years where nothing made sense. Mm-hmm. It was like finally this is what I want to be doing, and it made sense finally.
Yeah.
And it was just like a happy cry. It was just like it was unbelievable. Never had that kind of feeling before.
It wasn't the Leprechaun skit you were editing, right?
That's true. What? I'm so proud. Those little green fuckers. My bulge was perfect.
They're not jeans. But no, I seriously, I get it 100%, and I think it's because we're getting older, we're appreciating the small stuff. We're kind of unplugging when necessary. Maybe this is the unplugging time, or when you're practicing with your buddies at the band, and and maybe this is your guys' unplugging time that's watching the show or listening, and it's, I don't know. There is something special, and I can't put my thumb on just the exact thing. I just think it's a form of, I don't know, it's good energy, and it's makes you emotional sometimes. I don't know. It's weird.
I think, it starts with introspection. Once you start like looking inside yourself and kind of figuring things out, once things start making sense, life becomes a bit more beautiful.
Yeah.
It's when it's all the chaos and you don't know what's going on and you don't know how you feel and all these things are happening, it's hard to feel happy because you don't know what to be happy about. You just feel anxious.
We just need like one good cry.
Yeah.
Because us as men, it's like we try to hold back as much of that as possible. Maybe it's because we're 33-year-old men and we're just supposed to be this tough guy, and maybe it's okay to cry because you're cleansing the body of whatever that emotion is, right? And maybe the next time Zeus is on the light again, maybe the next time I start to get emotional, I just fucking let it out, because I was talking to my Aunt Sarah about her doing that, and she's like, crying's okay, and she's never felt better, and maybe that's what I need, and maybe I just won't be emotional all the time because it's just so many emotions. Maybe I get emotional over helping somebody or seeing somebody that's going through something and me trying to think of ways to help them, or maybe it's emotions from ways I felt when I was a kid, and I'm like, dude, how stupid was I? Why didn't I do this? Maybe it's emotions from our friendship. Like, I'm so thankful for this dude. Maybe it's like everything compiling on one another. And it's like, I just need to let it out. And I don't know, maybe I won't be as emotional, but I feel like maybe it's my testosterone. I don't know. But these past 2 months have, like, on a drop of a dime, I felt like I just need to just bust out crying. It's weird.
Yeah, I think us men get, and everybody's not just men, but our like heroes are like stoic and fearless people that I think when our brains connect that as these people are unbothered by all this, and that's how I want to be. But the way to become fearless is to face fear. It's not to ignore fear. It's to confront fear. It's to understand it and to deal with it the way it's supposed to be dealt with. It's not to ignore the fact that there's fear there and to just let that bottle up somewhere, because eventually, once that bottles up too much, it spews out and your behavior changes. You start acting out in fear because you've bottled it up for so long and you hit a limit that you can hold in, and you confront that fear right when it happens. You think it's okay to feel. We all feel fear. Even the greatest heroes. Yeah. That's a lot of the greatest ones that are written in, they write in people who have shown fear and then overcome it. That is the greatest hero, not someone who never felt it. That's not a reality. We're human. Yeah. That's a god. We feel fear, we feel sadness, we feel anger, we feel happiness. Those are like the main ones. And sometimes if you're feeling angry, maybe it's good to look at, well, what is making me angry? Maybe it's something I fear that's making me angry. To kind of uncover those emotions, be aware of what you feel, and then kind of uncover things underneath it. And you might learn something about yourself.
Do you think that there's like one fear that everybody kind of has the same fear? Like, what do you think the main fear is amongst people? Being
successful, failure.
Yeah. Failure.
I think everyone is horrified of being a failure. I think all of our dreams equals being a successful person. I think at the root of everything, we want to be a successful person in some form.
Yeah, because we grow up and it's like the American dream. You know, you live in the land of the free, home of the brave, and it's like there's no excuse, right, to be successful. Well, then you're in your head. It's like, well, now how do I do that?
Yeah,
and I think doing it is making the mistakes, learning from your mistakes, and just doing it and getting over the fear, just like you said. If you don't start the process and cross those fear thresholds along the way, then you're just never gonna move forward.
Having goals that are like not materialistic, things that are like, I want to be a good person. That's success. Being a good person is success. Being like a good friend, that's success. And I think the American dream paints none of that is ever included, is it?
No.
None of that's ever included. None of it is a normal person who goes and does their job, comes home and takes care of their family and all that. No one looks at that person as success. No one wants to be that person. Yeah. We all want to be the person with an audience, which is sad because that's how I feel with this at times. It's like, who am I to ever think I need an audience or want an audience or deserve an audience? It doesn't make any sense that I feel like I'm just like part of this machine that we're all wanting to have people looking at us. Yeah. That's what success is. And that's not true.
Right.
Someone who can go and do their job is actually, and be content, is more mature than I am.
Yeah. I mean, how do you feel at the end of the day? It's like, do you feel successful? Are you, like you said, are you content at what you do? Or, are you happy with where you are in your life? I'd say if you are, then you're pretty damn successful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You set your bars.
Yeah.
You can set them this high or you can set them this high. But whenever you reach that point of successfulness or content, but if you're anything like me, it's like once I get to that, I'm like, okay, what's next?
Yeah. But that's fine.
Everybody's
too.
different. You
can always be a better friend.
Yeah.
You can always be a better anything.
Yeah.
And it's good to have drive, right? We don't want to be stagnant, but I agree that we do need, I think, just like defining what success is to you and be conscious of where does this come from? What are you trying to achieve? Are you trying to achieve like glory? It's not you're not going to ever really hit that moment where you feel like you're the most glorious person unless, I mean, I don't know what could happen that you could possibly feel that way. But everyone I've heard, it's not, the top of the mountain is not what you think it is. There's nowhere to go. And it's just like I've heard Will Smith talk about it. I've brought this up before. We're all striving for what he has achieved in his life. And he's telling all of us that's not what makes you happy.
Yeah, I'm trying to smack somebody and get away with it. It's pretty achievable.
Okay, actually. Yeah.
No, but you said it before too. Like, how do you measure your success? Do you measure it by the amount of cars you have in your driveway, the size of your home, or the followers you have on your socials? You know, I think how you measure that success is what defines you as a success. You know, not having those cars doesn't make you successful. Having those followers doesn't make you successful. Honestly, deep down, I think it is who you are as a person, your personality, who you are. It's not the followers. You know, you may think that, but people on camera and people off camera are two totally different people. Yeah. You know, and you can't measure, you as an individual listening or watching can't measure your success off of that social world.
So hard now with social
it is,
media
because that's what everything is built around.
Literal analytics, literal numbers to show how quote unquote successful you are, and everything revolves around it right now. Like even music, everything revolves around your social media. And man, it's hard not to fall into that trap, because especially when it comes to your job, or if that's what you're wanting to do, which is what I want to do, it's hard not to not really care about those analytics. Even as a guy who's not even that analytical about numbers, I still find myself caring a lot.
Yeah, and what's really humbled me through this process, I think, is our analytics for this podcast and this and that. And it's like, I see growth, which is great, but it's like, I want to see growth. So if you're listening, share this right now, okay? Show me a share, like it, heart it, leave some comments on our stuff. We need comments. We need to know if what we're doing is making any sense. We need to know if it's funny. I don't know where I was going with that. I think I was saying something about leave a comment.
Yeah.
What was you saying right before
Say
that?
Something
though?
negative. Say criticize us.
Yeah.
I would love to know what we could do better.
Yeah.
I don't know where we were going.
Shit, it was something so important. It was about success. It's so important.
Sorry, we had the golden ticket for you, but we've lost it.
What is the word of the day? Is it success or emotional? Have we went over emotional yet?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I know exactly where I was going now. It was this experience has been a humbling experience, because regardless how successful we are with the numbers, I was telling Whitney last night, I have learned and grew so much from what is this, episode 10 that we're filming? It's like just the knowledge alone, and just the self-reflecting on those words of the week, and trying to implement them, and just thinking about them. You know, like I said on the last episode, you don't think about it until someone brings it up. Yeah. It's out of sight, out of mind. Who's bringing up words of the week? Yeah. You know, you're not me. I haven't thought of a word of the week, because we're so in tune with daily life and the internet and life and kids and this and that. But when someone brings up focus and we talk about focus, it's like, I'm focusing on focus. When we talk about gratitude, it gets you in your mind and you're thinking about, what am I grateful for? And it's like, I'm emotional now. It's just, regardless of the analytics, this alone is special to me.
Good. Yeah, it's very special to me too. Being able to be vulnerable and to talk about things in our lives that we need to improve, instead of just like ignoring it and acting like we've got it all together, is it's nice to know that someone out there is also thinking about the same things. You know, because for me, like when we talk about these different things like focus and gratitude, the places I see it show up in my life is where I used to would get into like a loop of negative emotions. Now I find myself being able to break the cycle of these things sometimes. Like if I start like really thinking about like negative comments I've had about things, and I'll fall into that hole, and then like I can't get it out of my head. I'm waking up in the middle of the night. I'm waking up in the morning with that first thought is like a negative thought about like, what about this situation? And I can't stop thinking about those negative situations. Well, now with like gratitude or focus, it snaps into my mind that that's not what I want to focus on. And that's not what I'm thankful for. And I can snap back into what I actually am thankful for and what I need to focus on. And it actually is allowing me to focus and allowing me to be more thankful than ever.
Could be a little bit of anxiety. Let's be real.
Well, okay, it's anxiety for sure.
Yeah, definitely. If you're going to bed thinking about it and the first thing you are thinking about it when you wake up, it's a little bit of anxiety.
Yeah. What do you think it means that I have nightmares of dudes banging Kaney?
Do you really?
Sometimes.
That could be a fantasy.
Could be not a nightmare.
Could be your final fantasy. I know it would be mine.
Blow my head off.
Yeah, you never know, man. That's interesting.
What are you doing later?
I know a guy.
I know. Well, that was a roller coaster for you all, huh?
See, that's why I love this. I love it. But there's one thing that I don't love, Jordan. You know what just makes me want to kick a cane out from a blind man? You know what just makes me want to purchase a cat from the Humane Society, buy it, take it to the car, make it think it's going home with me, but it's not, and I go return it?
What, Daniel?
Or in other words, we like to say, what
twists our nips. Ow! What twists your nips, Daniel?
Deodorant.
Deodorant.
Mm-hmm. Not just any deodorant.
Okay.
Let me elaborate.
Go on.
Gillette, to be exact. And not just any Gillette. Honestly, any deodorant. How do you pick out your deodorant? Let's just start
How do
there.
I pick mine out?
Yeah.
I get the same one my grandfather used.
Okay, yeah. Just generations of
No
Old
thinking.
Spice.
Yeah, Old Spice. It is what it is.
Original.
Fresh. Bam.
Does that burn your armpits ever?
Occasionally, Kaney brings it up when she notices. Yeah. It gets a little red ring around it.
Yeah, you may.
It's not that often.
I would look into something else. Could have something to do with your hair thinning problem. I don't know. It could be Daniel science, but it could be real science.
Well, that's thinning, and I get red spots.
But at the end of the day, Daniel science is real science.
Well, yeah, it's real to some people in the room.
So deodorant, the way I pick it out is, one, it's got to smell nice, right?
Yes, of course.
Number two, the next thing you look for is, how long is this shit going to keep me dry?
Ugh.
You know. So of
Dry.
course.
Well, okay. This is more specific to you because you have a wet issue.
Yeah, I'm pretty wet.
Yeah, you get soaking pretty fast.
Swampy.
Yeah. I don't have that.
Oh, okay. Well, so like I've always sweated real easy in high school, and a lot of it could be just brain, because there was a time period where I didn't even think about it. And somebody told me, if you don't think about your armpits sweating, they won't sweat.
That is the dumbest thing I might have ever heard.
It worked. It worked for me.
If you don't think about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's a mind thing.
It's a mind thing. Sweat's a mind thing.
I'm going to be cold the rest of my life. I would enjoy that. But so
Your nipples start getting hard.
It's got to smell nice. It's got to smell nice. And then the next thing I look for is, okay, how long is this going to keep me dry? So, of course, Gillette, very well-known brand amongst the deodorant and bathroom hygiene world. They got razors, shaving gel, shower gel. They got hair products now, which is crazy. Well, I saw a thing of Gillette, and it's the gel, the twist kind.
And it comes out the holes?
Comes out the holes.
I don't know
But
how that feels.
what I liked about it was it said 72-hour sweat protection. You know how many days that is? I don't.
3 days? Wait, they're saying so basically you don't have to put it on for every 3 days? Is that what that basically would be saying?
You know what, mate? Now that I'm thinking about it, that might be why I'm sweating with it. So should you put it on every 3 days? Because it's not a very big
I
bottle.
would be putting it on every day, buddy.
Yeah, that's what I do.
That's what you should do.
I might do some
Just in case.
experimentations.
What do you mean it lasts 72 hours? That has to be false advertising. At what point do we
it
hold
fucking
people?
is. It is, because I'm thinking maybe 27. Flip the 72 hours and turn it into 27 seconds, because literally within an hour and a half, I'm like, damp. Like,
because it's
hell?
wet though, right? So
Yeah,
your
but I even
wetness
let
is
it-
mixing with the sweat.
I let it dry before I even put my shirt on. So what am I doing wrong?
Did you just do this as if you fan your armpits?
I do.
I think I've seen you do that.
Or I do this. Have you ever done that?
No, I don't need to do this.
Oh.
I don't have a sweat issue.
I do that, or sometimes I'll hug a fan. I got many ways to dry these pits, baby. I've learned a lot in 33 years.
What about dry deodorant? Does that bother you?
I feel like it makes me sweat worse, like the white bar, like the white stuff. That makes me sweat worse. Axe works pretty good on me, but I haven't just found that one deodorant. All I'm saying is it pisses me off. Just tell us the truth. If it's sweat protection for 72 hours, make it last for 72 hours.
Yeah,
You know?
false advertising. Maybe leave in the
like
comments a suggestion for Daniel. Maybe someone else has the solution.
Yeah. Is there anything out there? And this deodorant was not cheap.
Yeah.
If you're getting 72 hour sweat protection, you're paying high end cost.
Yeah. What about those? What about natural, I
haven't tried that yet.
hippie deodorant?
I mean,
They smell the worst, so that doesn't make much sense.
well, I have heard if you don't wash your hair, it gets really greasy, right? It gets oily and greasy, but eventually it goes away and it's clean.
Okay, Daniel, you can't think your sweat away, and your hair doesn't just clean itself magically.
Hey, if you know what I'm talking about, which I know you do, guys, leave it in the comments and prove me wrong.
It does probably turn into a point where it's got so much dirt in it that it's like gritty.
It soaks it up.
Yeah. It
all
gets
the
so wet that it
moisture,
dries
yeah.
up. Also, that's not clean. I wouldn't use that word. I don't think, but.
But yeah,
Gross.
that's one thing, one of many things that twists my nips.
Well, I imagine the next one will also be with a bathroom item. So seems like Daniel is on a streak here.
Yeah, first it was the Dove conditioner, then it's fuck my bathroom. Okay. I'm picking something else next week, but I couldn't help it because literally that's one thing that sticks out week to week. I think I told you that at the very beginning. It was one of those things that just pisses me off.
Yeah.
Makes me want to kick a blind man's cane, you know?
I'm sorry that's happening to you, buddy.
Buy a cat and drop it right back off.
Maybe I can lick your armpits, huh? You think that'll do anything for you?
Besides turn me on, probably not.
You get me sweating more? Well,
What are we doing going into the week? Did we cover emotional pretty well for everybody? Did you go over everything that you
feel
wanted
like,
to?
I think I got a couple points in there. You know, our heroes are stoic and fearless, and it's good to confront fear and to not. That's kind of was my whole point. Was making sure you're not bottling things up, because then eventually it changes your behaviors, because those emotions spill out and your behaviors become more erratic. So yeah, just confront your emotions and understand them.
Yeah, that is true. I'm glad you said spill them out, because I've experienced, emotions that may be saddening emotions. One was my really good friend when I was in high school shot herself.
Yeah.
And, on top of that, my parents were divorced going in from middle school to high school. And I didn't really shed a bunch of emotions from that. I was supposed to be the strong guy. My dad left. I'm supposed to be like the man of the house, which I definitely wasn't. I was a little boy. But I was trying to figure it out because my mom was not eating. She wasn't drinking. She went to the hospital for like dehydration. She was having severe cramps because she couldn't eat or drink, and I have a little sister who's 3 years younger. So those emotions I had to bottle up. And it's, when my grandfather died, I had to bottle it up. And when my best friend shot herself, I think is the one thing that just made me just go absolutely crazy. Talking about it, I would just be so mad at everything. And not just that thing. It was like everything in the past that I've ever had emotions for, whether it's the divorce, my girlfriend breaking up with me, my buddy that shot himself. And it's like, I was literally angry, punching pillows or cussing my dad for leaving my mom, and everything happened at once. And I think it's important that we do what you say, and in that moment we deal with those emotions, whether it's to cry or to talk to somebody. Do not bottle it up, because it can lead to disaster, not just for you, but for someone else. I mean, if you're in a marriage or something and you have all these emotions and she's like, what the hell is wrong with this guy? This dude is crazy.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm not crazy. I'm just releasing everything at once, which is not healthy.
Yeah, because everything comes through. It's like a filter where it's like you have all of this anger that's over here, and then the little things turn all this energy behind it, and you're like way over the top angry over your wife asking you to vacuum
out the trash.
vacuum the house.
Maybe I was a little emotional when I sent you that picture. I'm like, Whitney asked me to take out the trash the other night.
Oh,
I sent
yeah.
you a video. I'm like, who the fuck does she think I am? Scott's Waste? Take out the trash. I was joking, of course, but stuff like that really happens.
But you for sure. Yeah, you get in arguments with your relationships is probably like the biggest for everyone. Probably number one, right? Where it's just like something bothers you and you don't want to say something because it starts a bigger fight. Well, down the road, all of this is going to turn into an even bigger fight. Sometimes it's good to, and that's not to say that you should fight. That's to say you should find a healthy way to communicate your feelings. This isn't about like expressing your emotions, like crying and all that's great. But there also is a mature way to express your emotions. Anger is not yelling. No one's going to hear your point. You're going to upset other people. If you're angry, you need to calmly talk about what makes you angry and learn to be in control of some of that, but also to let things be known of how you feel. And that is in your rights to feel that way and and it's validated or whatever people use nowadays. But act maturely in your emotions, but understand them and validate them. And then face them, confront them. Yeah. Take control over them.
Fuck fear. Yeah. That was pretty good.
Right in the ass.
That was better. Well, just a heads up too, we want to bring this up, and I want to bring this up. We're thinking about kind of going to like a rename kind of thing, but nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. Instead of the Daniel and Jordan podcast,
we're going to do Jordan and Daniel. I think my name should go first now.
I like you on top. We're going to do the Daniel and Jordan show, because I feel like, and we've talked off camera, like it's more like a TV show. We have like little segments, we do like little skits, and it's a podcast setting. Yeah. But at the end of the day, we're here to entertain, we're here to teach, we're here to coach, I guess. If anybody calls, we got a new number I'll let Jordan tell you about. And I just think we're going to eventually, here in the next little bit, just transform into the Daniel and Jordan show, because we are entertaining.
Yep. I think visuals will be a bigger thing. Yeah. We'll be doing a lot more cool little editing things that I think we want you to tune in and watch the show. Yeah. And the podcast is great to listen to if that's what you are into, but eventually it'll be more theatrical and we'll be having a lot more fun.
Yeah, we don't put a lot of the we don't put any of the skits on the audio version. We just cut to the chase and start the podcast. And maybe that's why we got kind of like, oh, it's a podcast. But the more we dive into it, and the more ideas we come up with, and filming opportunities and skits and role plays, and I love playing dress up.
Me too, buddy.
And I think it's more of a TV show, and I think you guys will enjoy it. And if you don't, let us know. If you guys have any suggestions, let us know. We'll listen to them. Probably won't do them. Yeah, but we'll listen. Yeah, because I'm having fun.
Mm-hmm. Me too, dude. I'm excited. Yeah, I like the show idea. Yeah, it's cool. It's like I'm a big fan of like Conan O'Brien late night, and like this is like a dream of mine to have like a TV show where I could basically just do any dumb idea that comes to my brain. Yeah, and then we just do it and make it happen.
So if anybody is listening that is part of a television network, just remember, I'm Daniel.
I'm Jordan.
And we're Daniel and Jordan.
I think I messed up the whole looking thing. I was looking everywhere. If you're part of a TV thing, do not check out that last part, all right? I'll hit my marks. I promise you.